Okay, how about now? Sorry about that. Okay, let's try this again. Wait, is the mic good now? It should be good. I have no clue why. Oh, I know why. Windows update. Windows update. Aww. But that's what it was. Because whenever Windows does an update, for whatever reason, it disables which mic I have. Like, it changes my mic from whatever I have set to default. And whenever it's set to default, it doesn't pick up on anything for whatever reason. That was the problem. My bad. I forgot it does that. Windows updates being weird. But anyways, let's start from the top again. Well, I updated the numbers for our vault keys because we were farming a little bit throughout the day. Aside from that, we finally passed the back into 25. And we ended up passing the guilds that was in for about a year. Of course, that wasn't ever the intention to, but we ended up doing that. After 1,710 days, we finally passed them. And here we are now. But yeah, 1,709, 1,710, somewhere around there. We ended up passing them. That was a guild I was in for about a year. Really good guild. But we ended up creating our own eventually. And here we are now, finally past them, which is pretty cool. And we also retook top 25 while doing so. But anyways, maybe we get to go take 24th. We actually have quite a bit of grinding going on. Let's see. Who has the highest trophies right now? Why do I feel like it's Isabel? Oh, gosh. Isabel, wow. 10,000? No wonder why we passed them. 10,000? Well, pretty much. You're definitely going to have it by the end of this weekend. It's over 9,000. We're probably aiming for about 3,000 again. That was what we hit last time, and I think we're about to hit about approximately the same. But that's some big numbers. That's a lot of keys. That is a lot of keys. Anyways, obviously, main thing we're going to be doing... Oh, I also didn't mention that. Obviously, we have a Vault event going on today. Yesterday was the Leprechaun plus the Vault event, whereas today and tomorrow is just the Vault event. So make sure to get on that grind. You still have plenty of time. You still have a duration of 1 day and 6 hours, so still plenty of time to get on that grind, mostly tomorrow. But anyways, I think I mentioned everything that I forgot to mention while I was not muted, or, while I was muted, I mean. So let's get into things. Let's go clear out our dailies first, just to get it out of the way before I forget. And then we'll go from there. Anyways, let me go make chat bigger as well so I can go see you guys. Hope all of you have been doing wonderful. Oh, I'm making it smaller, not bigger. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Hello, the White Tiger. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Bill. Hello, Scout. Hello, Nightmare. Hello, Defiant. Hello, Ricardo. Hello, Rogue. Hello, hello, Bear. Hello, Sansi. Hello, John. And hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome. Hope all of you have been doing well. Hope all of you have been having a wonderful weekend. And hope all of you have been getting nice and lucky off the Leprechaun event. I mean, off the Gnome event. I'll say it right eventually. Leprechaun was earlier this week. I actually have no clue where that one guild is. They didn't really split from our guild. They basically, I can't even remember. I think it was someone in my guild basically was like, oh, let's go run like another second guild. And they ended up heading that. And eventually that second guild just kind of became their own separated guild completely, unassociated to our guild in any way, shape, or form. I have no clue how they're doing. Not the slightest clue. Because I don't think they're within visible sight. Also, I don't think I can say the name of their guild on stream because YouTube. Because it has that one B word in it. Not that B word, but a different B word. Not the first B word you're thinking of, but the second B word you're probably thinking of. Let's see. Can we see them? There they are. Yeah, I don't think I can say that on YouTube. But they're currently 34th. That was the guild that was technically our second guild. That ended up not being our second guild. That is currently 34th. That'd be funny if they eventually pass us. That would actually be really funny if they eventually pass us. But yeah, that one. Anyways, let's keep going. Yeah, they're actually surprisingly high. I think they're about 1 million less trophies than us. I can't remember exactly when they were created. Because everyone at the time was starting to make like side guilds, so I was like, oh, we might as well. But then they kind of just ended up partying their own way. Because a lot of guilds were making side guilds at the time. That was when like Intrum was making theirs. I think Anonymous made theirs. Like almost every big guild was making their own. So I figured we'd do the same. Oh, also, I need to switch my team. Why am I still using this? This is by no means what we should be using here. Let's go switch to Phoenicia. Actually, for this very first battle, I could actually keep with this. And then we'll switch it. 26 Volkeys and 4 Epic Volkeys. Nice, congrats. That's some pretty good loot. That's really lucky on Epic Volkeys, too. It's definitely above average drop rate for Epic Volkeys. Approximately, you will get 1 Epic Volkey for every 10 normal Volkeys. So technically, every 10th key would be... basically, the ratio would be 9 to 1. You would have 9 Volkeys for every 1 Epic Volkeys, technically at drop rate, though, of course, you can get luckier or less lucky. But if you get exactly at drop rate, it should be about 1 Epic Volkey for every 9. That's assuming perfectly on drop rate. Also, why on earth am I still using this? Switch to Phoenicia. We can get away with it on the other battles. That one I cannot, so let's go get a nice Phoenicia. We're going to need this anyways to go clear out dungeons. The other guild is Final Destination? Is it? I could have sworn it was that one. Is it not? I could have sworn that's what they renamed into. The big issue, too, is I kind of forget. Is it really? Because I kind of forget what all of the guild names are, just because they added a way. Like, you could send a support ticket to change your guild's name. And a lot of older guilds ended up changing their names. So I know most of the guilds by, like, whatever their first name is. But I forget, like, almost every single guild's changed name. Because a good majority of them did end up changing their name at some point. And, like, I know Black Dragon was one. Actually, I can't even remember what they were before Black Dragon. But there's a lot of guilds that end up changing their name. And I do not recall all of them. Let's see. What am I looking for? I am looking for dungeons. Where is Final Destination placed then? Are they on top 25 yet? Because that guild was started, I believe, a couple months or several months after we started our guild. So they theoretically could be around our area or past us. Since they did start around the same time. Not exactly the same time. I can't remember exactly how long in between it was. So what guild was it again? Final Destination. Final Destination? Final Destination. I don't see them on top 25. And I don't see them below us. So they're lower than 36 then. Unless I missed them somewheres. But yeah, they're probably still active. Just not in the trophy range at which we can see them. Okay, we did that. I did this pet before the stream. We could have probably done it on stream. I always just have a habit like, oh, the timer's low. I need to go do it before it goes away. But we got one more copy of it. Unfortunately, we didn't get 2. But still all good. All right, let's go. Never mind. Don't claim our mail. Got to save those Volkeys. We'll claim them all tomorrow, though. Tomorrow night, we're going to be opening around 30 Volkeys, approximately, give or take. Oh, more than that. About 35 Volkeys we'll be opening tomorrow night. So we'll have a lot of fun with that. Anyways, let's go set this to HP. And let's go get our grind on. Because I don't think we need any other events, right? We already finished this out. We claimed the orb yesterday. Got a nice shiny weapon from it as well. Yep, let's go and grind the gnomes then. Currently, we're doing a Sinner Mirage, since obviously we can't do it in Wild Plains due to the extra bonus stats that is somewhere within there. Which would prevent us from getting the one-shot. So we just got to settle with Sinner Mirage. Also, I've just been using the higher damage one the entire time. The 25 damage one. What do you do with the extra copies? They become pet food. Once you have extra copies of a food, you can basically disenchant them for pet food. Unfortunately, they don't have a disenchant all button. I've been trying to get them to add it. They said they would eventually add it. However, it's been like 2.5 years now, almost 3. Because the first one was in 2018. So yeah, it's been almost 3 years, 2.5. Like June of next year, or I mean of this year, I believe is the 3-year mark. And they still have not added a mass disenchant for them. But yes, basically any excess copies of pets become that color pet food. So if they're a red pet, they become red pet food. That's basically how they work. Unfortunately, you have to do them manually one by one though. Unlike disenchanting for souls, there's not a button that allows you to just click it and disenchant all of them. You have to manually do it one at a time. Doing all of them at once will probably eventually be a future feature. Gosh, it's hard to say. It'll eventually be a future feature, but as it currently stands, you have to do it one at a time, which isn't normally too big a deal. But when there's like 100-something pets, it takes a little while, which is why I don't normally bother disenchanting them into food. Also, then you have to chop up your pets into food. It actually had some really funny wording. I believe they changed the wording, but the way that disenchanting it made it seem like you were almost like literally turning your pets into food, like in the very literal sense. I think they changed the wording a little bit, so it's not as sounding like that, but it's still ultimately what's happening. Let's see, what's the wording for it? If we go and trade extras, trade 1 extra copy of Aurea for, yeah, I think it used a word other than trade at one point, which made it seem like they were literally being turned into food. But now it says trade. I'm pretty sure it didn't used to say trade, but trade 1 extra copy into 1 pet food. But it made it seem like you were literally like making them into food at one point. It's pretty funny. Still almost does. It's not as obvious now. Yeah, it's currently really hard to get the cosmetic pets. They're likely going to figure out some kind of new system for it in the future, because once we start having like 5, 6, 7 cosmetic pets for a single holiday, they're going to have to figure out some kind of new system that isn't the current system in order to deal with it. I still feel like a lot of their priority is on Puzzle Quest 3, so I personally don't feel like we're going to be getting too much as far as quality of life this year. We're probably going to get 1 or 2 big features throughout the year, but I don't think we're going to get too many quality of life updates, since their focus will probably be on making sure Puzzle Quest 3 launches smoothly. They did say they had a separate team for both, though there's definitely overlap between the 2 teams. Like, we already know that Asurian has overlap on the 2. I'm pretty sure Nimhane does. Salty, we already knew. No, does. Where she's basically the community manager for both games. Plus, she wrote some for the Puzzle Quest 3 game, supposedly. But she also does for Gems of War as well. She occasionally writes up the Underworld stuff. Not sure what other overlap there is. Pretty sure whoever they have doing art, they're going to be having doing it for both. Maybe they'll get a different art team. I'm not sure how they currently handle art. I believe they outsource it. I'm not 100% sure on that. Or, you know, not like directly in their thingy. Whatever you'd call it. Like, not exactly in their office, but indirect to it. Not sure how everything functions. But there's definitely overlap there. Nice, 8,000 trophies. That's pretty solid as well. Yeah, I heard them mention that at one point if they outsourced their art. I didn't recall if they still did it or not, though. Because you would think after doing it for so long, you might just have one person just kind of become the dedicated person. Or, you know, like a few people, like in-house. But it's probably cheaper to outsource it. Since it counts more as a... because they probably don't have to pay out, like, benefits or anything like that. If they just keep getting the person to do it. It's probably cheaper for them to do it that way overall. However it's set up. You're going for 10,000 or more? Nice. My main goal is to hit at least 3,000. I might go further. Depends how much free time I have tomorrow. Just able to get a little bit in today, but not that much. Definitely caught up on sleep today, if nothing else, though. Isabel's probably gonna hit 10,000 before she goes to bed tonight. If she even goes to bed tonight. Pretty sure. She's pretty much already there. Let's see, how many trophies does this team give per hour? Let's see. Let's assume 5 wins per minute. Just in case slow down. But at 5 wins per minute, that is 300 wins per hour. Which means if she was at like 9,200, it would take 3 hours to reach 10,000. Slightly less, actually. This team is closer to 6 wins per minute. Well, this one exactly is closer to 5.5. If you do the other one, it's closer to 6. I just hate having to deal with the other thing, so I just stick with this. You're no bed until Volt ends. Gosh, you need to get some amount of sleep. The most trophies you ever had in a week was 12,500. The most trophies I ever had, I believe, was around 5,000 or 6,000, but it was 5,000 or 6,000 before the current systems that exist. It was all for PvP. I believe it was that week we went for PvP leaderboard. We had around 5,000 or 6,000 trophies. It's hard to tell the exact amount because it was split between 2 guilds, because that was the week we made a new guild. Or, you know, this guild that we're in now. Yeah, Vault events are definitely worth grinding out, though don't overdo it. Need some amount of sleeps. Oh, Supplement, do you not play anymore? Thought you still did. Are you going to play Puzzle Quest 3? I know you were really into Puzzle Quest 1. Because that's launching sometime this year, Puzzle Quest 3. We still know very little about it, though. Same devs as this game, obviously. Well, not exactly same devs. Supposedly they have 2 teams, but some of the same devs as this game. Same company. Oh, so you just do like the minimum requirement thing. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, never mind. I was thinking of Power Play, not you. My bad. Because Power Play was the one who did that. I'm not sure why I thought it was you for a second there. Confusing names and peoples. You're running Ironhawk, Crude Club, Dust Devil, and another Ironhawk for class XP. That's an interesting concept. So you could take a single red, quickly cast it, and then pretty much be good to go. Only problem with that is you would have to manually swipe a red. But it would work. It definitely would work. I'm not sure what its current rate is. I never tested that team. But it sounds like it would work in concept. It really just depends how consistent the reds are. Because it does require you to swipe a red off the board every time. Which might slow it down quite a bit. It seems like it might be about as quick as Rowan build at that point. To a point that it might just be better running Rowan. I'm not sure. So thank you, Dan. If anyone has any question or anything you want me to go over, do let me know. When Puzzle Quest 3 comes out, would tag you. Oh yeah, if anyone's interested in joining our guild, if there's even a guild system, let me know. We're gonna be doing Puzzle Quest 3 a ton when it comes out. And probably into the future if it's a decent game. Otherwise, we might just initially be doing it for the first month or so. I really hope it's a good game. It's basic. If it's like an infinite Puzzle Quest 1 with all the good things that Puzzle Quest 2 has, it's going to be a good game. The two biggest concerns is replay value and how on earth they're going to monetize the game. And how fair it is to do free-to-play and if anything's money locked and anything like that. Yeah, we'll be going and doing it a lot when it first comes out, particularly the first month. Not possibly even forever if it's if it's gonna hold up. We'll see. That still isn't determined yet. But definitely initially will be a lot. Gems of War will still be our main game though. But Puzzle Quest 3 will be a nice change in pace. It's a lot more of an RPG, the Puzzle Quest series. Like, Gems of War almost feels more like a deck builder, in a sense. Or, you know, like a card kind of game. Whereas Puzzle Quest 3 is not going to feel like that. There's no cards or anything like that. It's just weapons and gear. It has a lot more of an RPG feel to it, rather than a card game feel. Oh, so apparently the game has voice acting. Puzzle Quest 1 did a decent amount of voice act. Wait, did it? Hold up. Wait, no, did we have to read it? Never mind. Hold up. Did any of the Puzzle Quest games have voice acting? Yes, Puzzle Quest 1 had it for cutscenes. I think Puzzle Quest 2 had it for cutscenes. I hope they have it for more than just cutscenes. I need every character to be dialogued. So it might just be cutscenes. Because I just remembered, yeah, Puzzle Quest 1 and 2 were only cutscene dialogues, weren't they? Because we have to read all the other dialogue. But yeah, if Puzzle Quest 3 has guilds, we're definitely making a nice guild initially. Not sure if we're going to be number 1, but we're definitely going to be active. I'm not even sure if it's going to have a guild system. I would assume so, given that the guild system has been a pretty successful part of Gems of War. So I assume they would try implementing similar in Puzzle Quest 3. Because Puzzle Quest 1 and 2 obviously didn't have it because it, well, you know, was single-player games. But it makes sense to have it in Puzzle Quest 2. I mean 3. Wait, is it removed from Steam? I'm pretty sure I still have it in my library, but you might not be able to buy it anymore. That's kind of sad. I don't know, there's a lot of stuff I did not like about Puzzle Quest 2. But the main mechanic from Puzzle Quest 2 looks like it's coming to Puzzle Quest 3, the one that I did like. So as long as that's like one of the only things they take from Puzzle Quest 2, I'll be fine. Because Puzzle Quest 2 did two things particularly good. The way that the fist mana works, or action points, I think they're called action points, but the way that that works was implemented really well, and the whole gear system around it. And I believe those two things they're bringing into Puzzle Quest 3. Because out of everything in Puzzle Quest 2, those two things were the two things that worked. And based on the fact that the logo for the thing has 5 colors in it, it's very likely they will keep that system. Since that would mean the 5 colors, action points, and skulls. And if that's all they take from Puzzle Quest 2, I will be perfectly happy. Because those were the only two exceedingly good things, I would say. They had a bunch of interesting minigames and stuff like that too, but as far as like the best two things, that's what made Puzzle Quest 2 good. Puzzle Quest 1 did almost everything right. The only problem is it feels very slow these days, especially after playing Gems of War. The pacing's just very not there. But they already confirmed Puzzle Quest 3 has good pacing. Like, it's more like Gems of War than it is like Puzzle Quest. I asked them that exact question, and they said it is more like Gems of War as far as the pacing. Probably not as quick as Gems of War, though. Because realistically, Gems of War is like blazing quick. Obviously, you can win a match in like literal seconds. It's not going to be that quick, but quicker than Puzzle Quest 1. Puzzle Quest 3 isn't on Steam because it's not out yet. They're gonna do a soft launch, or they're gonna do a beta for it, I believe, and then a soft launch, and then eventually launch. Though we don't have times for any of that, other than this year, question mark? Could, of course, get delayed. Yes, hello, Danilo. Thank you. And good morning, Kosh. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Also, hello, English. What's your Gnome tracker? Let's see. We're current... Oh, wait. What do you mean Gnome tracker? Oh, we're at, I'm actually not sure. Let me go double check. I was confused what you meant by Gnome tracker for a second. We are 34 out of 35, which means Pidgey and 1 Gnome. I'm pretty sure Puzzle Quest 3 doesn't plan to have a Steam page anytime soon. Until they start to plan to do the beta, that will likely be done through Steam. They're likely not going to set it up until then. Thank you, Danilo. Greatly appreciate it. So where's that Gnome? I need to go update our pity key number. So it can be 1571. Soon, team, I know, right? It could be a couple months from now, it could be a couple years from now, even though they said this year. Who knows? No, it's not gonna be that long, though. The latest it will be is probably anywhere from October to February of next year. I highly doubt it will be any later than that. I'm pretty hyped for it. There's a couple games I'm still pretty hyped for this year. Pokemon Unite. I know it got a lot of hate, but I'm still really hyped for it. At least to try it out initially. Not sure if we'll stick with the game, but it definitely seems like something fun to mess around with for a little bit. Puzzle Quest 3, obviously. And if Darkest Dungeon 2 starts their beta, we might get into it. We'll see. The only problem is that it's on Epic Games Store only. Which means we actually gotta go dust off the Epic Games Store thing. Can't remember the last time I've used that. The Epic Games Store launcher. Always keep it just in case we need it for whatever reason. Which is pretty much never, because Steam is better. One pretty fun thing about Darkest Dungeon 2 is it has a really similar setup to how Gems of War functions. At least in the sense that it has a 4-team setup. Though they use a lot more movement options. And death is also a lot easier in that game. But it has like the whole same, you have to build, the whole same concept of building a team out of 4. Just plays more like a roguelike than a match 3 game. You got a major exam on Monday you need to study for. Definitely make sure to study. There'll be more Gnome events. They happen about every 6 weeks, so they're always around. I'm not sure if it could stream the beta, though, is going to be the only issue. Pretty sure we won't be able to, which is sad. But yeah, I definitely want to try getting access. Is there a weapon that gives EXP boost? No and yes. No weapon does. However, there are hero classes that you can set that give 10% extra EXP. But no weapon gives you extra soul. I mean, no weapon gives you extra XP, only the hero class itself. A couple of them have a 10%. I believe it's on that one shield tree thing. I forget what it's called. The honor tree, I think it's called. Has a 10% on it. So if I go to something like, what's a class that has it? I can't even remember. I know Knight has it. Where's Knight class? Though it's not one of the better ones that has it, but, yeah, it's underneath the morale. Morale has a 10% bonus. So if you set this onto your hero, you'll get 10%. Also, apparently I copied someone's team when they had a thingy. Because none of these are set correctly now. This is very situational which one of these three you would use. If you would ever even touch the Knight class. Gosh, there's not even a Knight thing down here that you can utilize. It's such a bad class. I believe it's still the worst class in the game. Is there a worse one yet? I'm pretty sure Knight's still the worst class in the entire game. But no, there's no weapon with the XP bonus, but there's 10% off of the morale tree. So any class that has morale can gain you 10% extra XP per battle. Also, that 10% is a little bit more than 10%. It's a little bit of a weird calculated 10% in that it takes the 10% after all your other percents. So let's say you currently have like for example, this 103 would become 113 if we had 10% or 114. It's an actual like literal 10%. It's not like the smaller 10%, like let's say off a Death Knight armor or something similar, where it's making one gigantic percent that then triggers. But the 10% off your hero actually triggers after all your other percents. So if you have, let's say, 250% EXP bonus, it doesn't become 260% when you end up doing the 10%. It becomes 250% and then 10% of all that after the fact. So it actually does slightly more than 10% in a sense, unlike some of the other percents that are calculated. So it's a little bit more value than the normal... Yeah, it's multiplicit rather than... Well, not necessarily even that. It just happens after the fact. So all the other percents in the game are added together and then are accounted for that percent, and then it just triggers after the fact. So it's not necessarily multiplicit, it's just happening after. The order in which it happens is different and separated from the rest. The only problem is, I believe there is no hero class that naturally has morale plus half mana start. I don't believe there's a single one. There's a lot of them that can get it with a troop, but I don't think anything naturally has both morale plus 10% XP. Hopefully once we start getting new hero classes from Kingdoms, we'll get one. A natural 0.5% with it. But as it currently stands, I'm pretty sure 0 hero classes have that combination, which is one of the reasons why 10% generally is not used. The easiest way to put it into your team would probably be do a Rowain build. So you have any weapon in first slot with the 10% hero class, the 10% XP hero class, followed by Rowain, Leprechaun, Mirage Queen. It would also allow you to farm this event. Does Bard have it? Oh, hold up. Is Bard actually good for something? I never noticed that. Does Bard actually have it? Let's see. I haven't used Bard in ages, gosh. Yeah, you're right. As morale plus Arcane. Arcane gives 50%. Wait. Are they on the same... No, it doesn't. That's what I thought. It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. You have to pick one or the other. I knew it! I knew there were none. Because if a hero class has it on this, you have to choose one or the other. You can't choose both. So he technically has the option of either, but you have to choose one or the other. So yeah, 0 hero classes have it. That's what I thought. Okay. I thought I forgot about one, but nope. That's almost one, but not quite. Because it naturally has to have 50%, while also having the 10%. But it can't have arcane because you have to choose one or the other. So yeah, 0 classes currently have that combination. Though we might get one eventually, you never know. It's very unlikely though. But we might eventually get one. It's kind of like how we have no half mana start with triple damage currently. It's another one of those kind of situations. Or it'd be so nice if we did, but none of them have it. You just broke 10,000 trophies this week. Congratulations. Nice. A lot of people going for those really high numbers. Quite a few people going for that 10,000. I'll be happy if I just get 3,000. Looks like we're about to gain another level here. Yeah, at this rate, our guild might be able to reach 24th. I'm not sure. We have a couple people farming very heavily. Isabel being the main one. I think we're at 20,000 gap. 24,100 trophies is how many more we'd have to get. So if the guild can somehow get 25,000 this weekend, I highly doubt that. Plus whatever their rate is. So we'd almost have to get like 30,000 this week. I highly doubt we could do that in one day. 30,000 trophies in one day, go. No, we're not going to get that high. Isabel in 1 hour will reach 10,000. Nexus is going really hard on it too. And Stardust. And a few others doing a really decent amount. And there's that new person I believe we got the other day. I didn't even say hello to them. Also, Dartero, you haven't donated gold. I'm not sure if you're here, but don't forget. I highly doubt he's here right now. He's probably busy. Not everyone in the guild watches the stream. But some people do. Do I still have codes and super codes? Codes, yes. Super codes, no. We haven't gotten any super codes made from the devs for ages now. Normally, if we want to hand out a super code, we just hand out 2 codes instead. It's about the same as handing out a bigger code, just it's 2 separated codes. Speaking of that, we should probably go hand out one. Once again, I didn't really make a proper condition. So, yeah, let's go hand out one. Also, we did hit that pity key finally. Let's do it because of the pity key. But anyways, here you guys go. Let me go get it for you guys. Where is the code section? Grab the code. Cut the code. Put the code in the code maker. Or not the code maker. I wish I had my own code maker. But put the code into the redeem code section. Let's see. Put that over there. Copy. And there you guys go. There's a redeem code. Use on gemswar.com for the game code section. Your invite code will be found in your settings menu. Whatever game says right over there in your invite code section, or right in the bottom left, is what you put in underneath settings. Our redeem code is right over there in chat. Just copy paste the random numbers and letters starting with ZF. And give same word as always: 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Enjoy, everyone. And on usable on PC mobile version of the game, of course. And definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Ends up helping out a lot and is greatly appreciated. This is about 2 gnome drops with a shiny gem key, obviously being the main loot. Okay, let me go update the number. We have 7 pity keys now. Where is my number? There it is. There we go. Alright, let's keep going. Alright, where were we? Let's keep grinding. Let's keep getting those lucky gnomes. I believe we're a mile from the next pity key, though. Yes, we are. Very far away. But we're currently totaling 23 keys. 22 vault keys and one epic one. Technically 2 epic ones this week. The other one happened when it wasn't even vault event. I'm not counting it since it wasn't during vault event. Yeah, we did somewhat recently hit 15,000 subscribers, which was a nice milestone. We'd have to stream more stuff that isn't Gems of War to really build it up a lot more, though. I'm not sure what game will be the next big game that we'll try going for. Obviously, Age of Calamity helped us a huge amount. Though Age of Calamity hype's kind of dead by this point. The first month or two is when it was that hit, and then not a lot of people still playing it because the replay value for that game's pretty horrible with how they have it set up. Like, after you complete out the main storyline, like, there's almost nothing to do. Especially with how they have the scoring system in that game. The end game content's just, like, near non-existent with how it's currently set up. Which made a lot of people stop playing it beyond the first completion. Yeah, no problem for the code. Century Age of Ashes we probably won't be doing too much. It's a cool concept of a game, and I definitely like it and might be playing it here and there. But it definitely doesn't seem like a game we'll really bother covering. Pokemon Unite, I feel like it's going to be too saturated, even though I kind of want to try. We're definitely going to be playing it on the stream. It's just making content for it's going to be kind of weird. Especially since it's probably going to form its own esports. And there's a good chance we will not be esports level for that game. Compared to all the people who, like, literally live and breathe playing MOBAs. It's a genre I've been meaning to revisit. I used to be really into them when I was younger. But the last, like, 5 years I haven't really been playing them that often. Or at all. It's a nice entry-level MOBA, though. Because it's one of the most simplest MOBAs possible. Which kind of makes sense because they had to make it accessible to phone. I've never actually played a phone-accessible MOBA before. Generally, all the MOBAs I've ever played have been so complicated that it's impossible to port it to phone. Because there's basically 2 different MOBAs. The ones that are literally too complex to ever be on phone, and the ones that are actually, you know, made deliberately to work for phone. I never tried any of the phone ones before. It'll be the first one. I'm playing it on Switch, though, not on phone. It's also one of those few Nintendo games that's actually on both. Oh, also, I didn't mention it today. We also didn't do a stream for it because I've been kind of busy. But, Animal Crossing's 1-year anniversary today was today. Or Animal Crossing New Horizons, I should say. And that game was pretty fun over the last year. Definitely curious to see what Sims 5 is going to be like. Because I have a feeling they're going to try to take inspiration from the success of Animal Crossing. Because I believe once we get numbers in, Animal Crossing might actually be Nintendo's highest selling game for the Switch. Last I checked, it's the 15th highest selling game of all time. And by the time the numbers get updated, it might be around the 13th or 12th highest selling game of all time, as well as the highest Switch selling game of all time. Yes, we're doing Fall Guys on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and possibly Thursday. We're going to be streaming that a ton. They end up adding 10 levels to the Battle Pass system. So instead of grinding just to level 40, we have to grind to level 50, which means it's probably going to take quite a bit longer since those later levels obviously take more time to complete out. And now that they expanded it by 10 whole levels, they'll probably expand it by 1 whole additional day that we'll have to grind. So yes, during the day on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and possibly Thursday. Not sure on Thursday yet. On those days, we'll be grinding it out during the day. It's space themed. Should be a lot of fun. A lot of anti-gravity. A lot of weird mechanics. Also, we're getting a really cool Godzilla skin on Wednesday. It's like an Inferno Godzilla. It's pretty cool. Gems of War fast food stream. I'm not sure when we're doing the fast food stream yet. It's definitely going to be sometime this week. It might be during the Fall Guys, but I'll probably have enough. If we end up doing Taco Bell next, which we likely will be, there's probably going to be enough leftovers that we can do it for both streams. I think the current plan is probably going to be Wednesday, even though it would be funnier to do it on Tuesday for Taco Tuesday. Let's have quite a bit of food in the house I want to finish up before it expires. So it might be closer to Wednesday when we do it. I wanted to do a variety stream 1 per month, didn't I? I'm still not sure what my stance are on variety streams, as far as like using them to try to grow the channel. They can be very hit or miss on doing so. Trying to stream a variety of games rather than one specific variety stream, I think works a little bit better, from what I've seen, from the numbers standpoint. However, the things that do the most is whenever we can really get a lot of extremely good guides out for a game. The only problem is you have to know a game extremely well to make a guide for it properly. And obviously for something like Gems of War, we can do that like easily at any point. But it's a lot harder for other games. And it's a lot easier to do it for newer games, just because no one has made guides for a newer game yet. So if you get early on it, you'll be the first one. So makes it a lot easier to do it that way. But no, as far as the next variety stream, we'll definitely be doing one next month, 100% for sure, because it is the 5-year anniversary of the channel, April 23rd. What day does that fall? Hopefully it's a convenient day. That is a Friday. Interesting. But yeah, April 23rd, last I recall. 5-year anniversary of the channel. It was either 20th or 23rd. I'm pretty sure it was 23rd. But yeah, 23rd of next month we'll do a variety stream. Going throughout all day. There's also a Friday, so we'll obviously be going over whatever the Gems of War stuff is as well. But yeah, if we could find a way to consistently hit it as well as we did with Age of Calamity, like, this could actually be, like, a profitable channel. Because right now we make very little money from this channel. This channel's still below minimum wage. Like, if we worked 40 hours a week at a minimum wage job, that's $7.25 per hour, which is still awful, how low minimum wage is. But, that would give more money than this channel in a year. Still makes very little, but has enough benefits that it's still worth it. When are you doing the... Oh, also, Supplement, I forget if I ever mentioned this to you. Do you play Fall Guys? Because I know you were really into Among Us, and that I know for sure was you. They're adding an Among Us skin this season. It's the 23rd and 26th reward, if I'm not mistaken, on the season pass for Fall Guys. Which means by the first or second stream of Fall Guys, we should have the Among Us skin in Fall Guys. But yeah, they finally did it. The crossover everyone's been waiting for. Now if they could only do a crossover the other way around. Because I believe they're doing the airship update soon. Who knows, maybe they'll get a Fall Guy skin in Among Us. Oh, we got a slime ball. Can I do anything with it? No. So we got nothing, is what you're telling me. Well, Fall Guys is releasing on console this this summer. They're releasing on Switch, Xbox, and probably Epic Games. Now that Epic Games owns them, they're probably just waiting for that moment to do it, so they can make the excuse of, hey, we're just adding it to all the platforms, including our own. Because of course the fear is that once they add it to Epic Games Store, they're going to remove it from Steam, kind of like what they did with Rocket League. Oh, Volky, nice. Is that our first Volky to stream? Not counting Pity? I think it might be. Unfortunately off of Glory Gnome, but still good. No, they didn't remove Fall Guys from Steam. They removed... When Epic Games bought Rocket League, they eventually removed it from Steam. And the fear is that they're going to do the same with Fall Guys. Hopefully they won't, because they got a lot of backlash when they did. However, the amount of money that they would make probably outweighs the backlash, so they'll probably weigh that decision at some point. Yeah, hopefully they'll learn their lesson from what they did with Rocket League and keep it on Steam. Only time will tell, though. But they also probably made so much money from doing that that they're just going to decide to do it again. Since they already received so much hate from it, why not just do it a second time? Because all the people who already hate Epic Games for that reason are still going to hate them after they do that as well. Honestly, if they do that, I might start playing it on Switch instead of on PC. If the Switch version is actually solid, as soon as it launches, I might just start playing the game on Switch instead. Regardless if it becomes Epic Game exclusive on PC or not. I might just switch over to the Switch version. It just depends if Switch can run it without lagging. If it can run it with absolutely no dropped inputs at all, I'll probably play it on Switch. It's also more convenient to stream that way, and I can play on a bigger screen. Well, technically I can play on the bigger screen either way, but it's easier to play on a bigger screen on a console than it is trying to do it on PC. Yes, Epic is very money hungry. They basically just want to become the new Steam. And they're just kind of trying to brute force their way into doing so for the monies. So we almost got that level. I think we'll keep going until we get it. That'll be our last goal of this stream. Get the shiny level. Making progress. What are we at right now? Oh yeah, we can't check our hero level while we're in a match, can we? Well, we could if we had hero on our team, but we do not. So it'll be level 1,629. Which means I believe I gained 4 or 5 levels this weekend. I think 5. Kind of lost track. That's somewhere around 5. Give or take 1. You're almost level 1,300? Nice. Have I heard of Loop Hero? Yes, everyone's been mentioning it like crazy to me. I don't know, maybe we'll just bite the bullet and try it, I'm not sure. Personally, from what I've seen, I'm not a fan. I'd rather just play more Slay the Spire. Oh, we got another Volkey, nice. I'm not sure if we'll stream our Slay the Spire at any point. I've been running like a match about once a week. I'll do like a single run. It's because it's one of those nice games for a change of pace. And has a nice system that you can just get in, play a match, get out. And win or lose, it's fun. Well, I might eventually do another Slay the Spire stream at some point. I see why it still retains such a big player base. It still has like 6,000 to 10,000 concurrent per day or something. Like if I go check it right now, I'm pretty sure it's at like 6,000. Let's see. Gems of War is at... Though Gems of War is not on multiple platforms. Well, Slay the Spire kind of is. But it's most popular on PC, so... Unlike Gems of War, which is most popular on phone. Let's see. Where's Slay the Spire? Slay the Spire? Where are you? If I go check this number, it's like probably like 6,000 or 7,000. Where on earth is it? It's in alphabetical order, and I still can't find it. There it is. Like usual. Yeah, Slay the Spire has 6,245 people still. As a purely single-player game. Though I think someone made a multiplayer mod for it, which is I didn't even look into yet. Plus, someone literally made an entire DLC for the game for free. In the workshop for the game. I haven't actually played with any mods yet. I've just been playing the base game. If I do a run for it. I've been slowly trying to get every character to level 20. Though I'm finding Defect to be rather hard to get there. Defect just plays so weirdly with all of its orbs. There's so much orb management you have to worry about. And he has so many dead cards that just don't do anything compared to the other classes. Because if you're building into a certain build, he has a lot of cards that just do not work. Whereas most other cards, or most other classes have like if you're building into a specific build, there's still cards from the other builds that kind of still work. This is like a really weird system, because he has like the whole focus thing, where if it gets really low focus, he can kind of build into like a bunch of attack cards. But that can also make all of his orbs useless, which basically makes... Either way, like, basically half his cards become useless, depending on how you build them. Whereas all other classes can still build a mix of all while still building mostly into one type, without being penalized as much. It's just a really weird class. I'm really curious if they're going to make a Slay the Spire too. Because they haven't really gotten much content, I don't think. They did like a really big rebalance several months ago. Like I think back in October or November before we even started playing it. And they released on Android, on phone, the last month. Aside from that, I don't think they've really been supporting the game with anything new, other than people doing stuff in the workshop. I guess they kind of figured, why do anything extra for the game when the community's going to do it for them? Though I do think they were working on a board game, oddly enough. I still kind of find it funny when games try making board games of their game. Like Stardew Valley made a board game. I never really bothered looking into it. It looked really complex too. But Stardew Valley actually made a board game. Which is like one of the last games I would ever think would become a board game. But they did it. Also, that guy must be like filthy rich by this point. How like, successful Stardew Valley was. He got like that perfect farming simulator game in when no one was really creating any. Like that Harvest Moon style farming game. I thought I already did everything in Slay the Spire. Technically, yes. Not counting mods. The only thing we haven't done is get every character to level 20, just because it takes forever. Not sure if we're ever gonna bother doing that. Would I ever consider Stardew Valley Let's Play livestream? An hour a day or something? I technically have played through the entire game twice, I believe, on this channel. However, we have not played it since they've been updating it like crazy. Because they've done a lot of updates since we last played. They did a multiplayer updates. They did, actually, a lot of updates I don't even know what's in them because I just don't know. Because I haven't been playing it. But they've updated that game quite a bit since we've last visited it. I'm not sure if it's really a game I would revisit, though. Probably might at some point. Honestly, I'm really curious to see what the next Stardew Valley will be. Because there's eventually going to be the next Stardew Valley. Either made by that developer or by someone else. Because prior to Stardew Valley, the previous time I ever played a game like it were the GameCube versions of the Harvest Moon games. As well as one of them on the Wii, if I'm not mistaken. I forget what it's called. I don't think the Wii one was as good. One of the ones on GameCube was really, really good, though. Can't remember either of their names, though. What are all the games I currently play? Let's see. As far as, like, daily or weekly or monthly? Because some games I play, like, ever so occasionally. But on a daily basis, the only two games I play are, obviously, Gems of War and Animal Crossing, just to do the dailies for Animal Crossing. I believe those are the only two. On a weekly basis, I normally play, what's the full list these days? Slay the Spire, Fall Guys, and I think that's it. And on a monthly basis, I play Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne. What's the other ones? Maybe a few Nintendo games here or there, like a round of Mario Kart or a few rounds of Smash or something. And I believe that's it. Am I forgetting one? I think that's all of them. And obviously whatever new games we pick up these days. I'm not sure how much we'll be sticking with Century Age of Ashes. I was playing the beta, obviously. But beyond that point, I'm not sure. Also, the beta ends tomorrow. I'll see you later, Rogue. We'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the gnome grinds. Enjoy the studying. Let's see. Oh yeah, we already gained the level I was trying to gain, didn't we? We've been chatting so much I completely forgot. What about Spellbreak? Oh no, I don't play Spellbreak anymore. I stopped about a month ago. I just figured I stopped completely with the game. Up until a month ago, I was playing it probably on a weekly basis. But I kind of just completely stopped at this point. The direction the games has been going has just been kind of meh. They also made some changes to it that made it like nearly unplayable on Switch, which was another reason why. I just need Pokemon Unite to come out already. Need some kind of like other Switch game. Because right now I actually don't play Nintendo Switch too much these days. Other than daily Animal Crossing. Mostly just to do the dailies that take like 10-15 minutes. It's nice and relaxing just to go and get out. Yeah, I'm still very curious to see what happens with Pokemon Unite. It's going to probably have very similar appeal to Pokemon Go. Even though I never bothered playing Pokemon Go. It's not going to ever be as popular as Pokemon Go, though. They're never going to hit it that hard again. They got really lucky with how well that ended up going down. But similar to Pokemon Go, even after its hype, it's still going to have a pretty solid player base. I have no clue what their player base is, but I know it's active enough to be alive, very alive. Pokemon games don't tend to die, like ever. All the ones that they plan to run as a live service. Because currently they have... Oh, well, they have that one matching game. I'm not sure exactly how that one's been doing. But yeah, technically they have, I believe, 3 live service Pokemon games, if I'm not mistaken. It's that one cafe thing that they released like a month ago. Or not a month ago, I mean like a year ago, whatever that is. I never bothered trying it. Even though it's kind of like a match 3 game, not exactly though. But I don't know, this doesn't seem that interesting. Pokemon Go, obviously. And Pokemon Challengers, or whatever it's called. Where it's kind of like a mobile game where it's basically just Pokemon battles, or more oriented towards Pokemon battles, a lot more so than Pokemon Go. I forget what that one's called. Pokemon Champion? Something. But those, I believe, are their only 3. And then it's going to be Pokemon Unite. This is their next big project. Which would be actually the first one out of any of them that I bothered getting into. Yeah, I'm still really in hopes for a new Mario Party that has good multiplayer. For the first time ever. I'm also in hopes that Mario Kart 9 will be later this year or early next year, because that's going to be extremely hype. And I'm not sure what else I'm really hyped for from Nintendo. But those are probably the biggest 2. A Mario Party that isn't bad, and Mario Kart 9. Neither have been announced yet, though. There's a high probability one or the other will be announced before the end of this year. I believe this is the longest they've ever gone without making a Mario Party game. The only longer gap that there has ever been was when they changed ownership as far as who creates Mario Party. That's literally the biggest gap that they've ever had, which makes sense because they literally had a whole new company start. But since this company has started doing it, I forget the company name, but since this new company has been running Mario Party and completely running it into the ground, This is the longest gap they've ever had between entries in the Mario Party series. Which hopefully means this next game is not horrible, if they're spending this much time on it. I think they kind of realized how downhill they were going, and that they were pumping out content too quick, and they're just deciding to take a couple years, make a good Mario Party, and then have that live for the rest of the rest of the Switch's life cycle. I'm pretty sure is the strategy they're going for at this point. Just make one definitive Mario Party to last for the rest of the Switch, and make it as good as possible. I hope that's what they're doing. It sure seems like it. I haven't ever actually played a Metroid game. I've played games where Metroid was in it as like a side character or character, you know. But as far as the mainline Metroidvania games, I've never really gotten into them. I have played a couple things in the Metroidvania genre, but never an actual Metroid game, oddly enough. Actually, that's not true. I have played a Metroid game before. One of my friend's houses I actually played it on in high school. Or was it middle school? Somewhere around that time. I ended up playing at her house. I forgot which one it was. It was one of the Wii ones. I cannot remember specifically which. Anyways, does anyone else have any other questions? Otherwise, we're probably going to call it a night. Do we finish this cycle? Well, finishing a cycle doesn't really matter as much when we're doing this kind of farming, because doing the boss doesn't give us a chest. Actually, we kind of just got the chest recently. And obviously we're not going to get any good tokens anyways, because we're kind of doing Explore 1 right now, as we're farming through them. But anyways, game plan for rest this weekend, obviously, or rest this week, I should say, is tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as always. We'll be doing our spoiler stream. We're just going over all the weekly stuff. We'll also be doing a bunch more Gnome grinding, as that'll be the last time we'll be able to do so, obviously, until the next Gnome event. Aside from that, this Monday to Wednesday, possibly Thursday, but definitely Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll be doing Fall Guys Season 4 during the day. And, of course, our standard normal Gems of War stream every night. And we'll see what we do from there. That's pretty much the game plan. Lots of Fall Guys next week. Curious to see how the space theme goes. And then we get to see how suspicious everyone is when we go wear an Among Us skin. Which means they're going to add a second Among Us skin at some point, too. I believe they're adding a red guy with the with an egg head, I think. But then they'll probably add a second one as well. In a different color with a different top hat thing. Who knows? Maybe they'll add more than 2. I don't think there's currently any cosmetic in Fall Guys that has more than 2. But who knows? Maybe they'll try getting a whole army of Among Us in their own game. I wouldn't be surprised. That time will tell. And there's our level up bonus from earlier. But anyways, guys, hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Best of luck with the vault grind. Make sure to get it in if you have the spare time, as there's still about a day and 5 hours left to go and grind out the vault event. Great time to be farming up the game, and highly advised to do so. Anyways, guys, have a wonderful weekend. We'll catch you guys soon, and thank you all so much for watching. Goodbye, everyone.